guys, it is me, Kaylee, and we are going to be watching 3 disturbing true Snapchat stories. Well, so let's get started. Okay. Snapchat horror stories. Some Guys 95, Crystal Connor. I don't like this music. Story 1. Okay.
It was 2015. My little sister and I, along with a few of her friends, were going camping in a forest in
Why
Maine.
does it always have to be with sisters?
I couldn't tell you the name of it. She wanted me to go because I'm older and more experienced with camping. But was it weird camping with a bunch of 14-year-old girls? Yes. I won't share my sister's name, but her friends were Casey, Barbara, and Lexi. My sister insisted I slept in a separate tent
Hey,
than her
Barbara.
friends, and I was okay with that. So we brought 2 tents. Along with that, I packed the usual camping supplies: food, water, tools, and in my case, a rifle. I always take a gun with me while camping, just because I'm a paranoid guy. And I always want to feel protected while in the middle of the woods at night.
Okay,
After
that's
a pretty
good.
long day, I
That's
helped the
very
girls set up their
good.
tents.
You stay
Then I
protected
worked
from
on
these
mine alone as
ghosts.
they were all sitting in theirs, gossiping or talking about whatever 14-year-old girls talk about. When I finished, I put the fire out. Being the older brother, I of course felt responsible for my sister and her friends. So I moved the tent really close to theirs, turned on my reading light, and continued where I left off in the book I was reading.
Dang!
The
That
chattering
looks
of
so
the girls in the next tent
creepy!
over was a bit distracting.
Do you see that?
At one
Do you see that? Look at that! You see that? That tent is like right there with no other light is on, and it's like a little light right there in the middle of the woods, like somebody's watching them. Somebody's watching you, Daryl. Get out of there! Y'all young ladies need to get out of there. But do you see it's like a car right there, like right there. Or it could just be the tent. Let's get started.
point I heard them talking about a certain boy. Then the conversation switched to Snapchat. I heard Casey mention that she didn't have Lexi on Snapchat and asked for her username. I really didn't mean to eavesdrop, but they were speaking pretty loud. Lexi gave Casey her snap, and about 5 to 10 minutes later, Lexi mentioned in a confused voice that some random person added her on Snapchat. I raised my head from my book a bit as my interest in what was being said suddenly increased. The other girls told Lexi to add the person to see who it was. A few seconds later, they were going
Why
on
would you
about how
add
the
a
person's
random
Snapchat
person?
score was so low, only like 7. I was really paying attention now. Apparently the person sent a message saying, "Hi, send me a pic." And then the 4 of them left.
No!
At this moment they were kind of whispering and giggling, so I couldn't really hear what was said. But after they all erupted in laughter, I could only guess they sent some kind of funny picture. After more silence, I got chills when I heard,
Why would you send a picture? Why? It doesn't make no sense. Why would you do it?
all of them
That's
scream.
fun.
I grabbed my gun and ran outside to their tent. My sister screamed that there's someone outside of the tent. I shot the
Get
gun
out
into
of
the air
there,
3
Barbara.
times as a warning, yelling into the woods at the same time. I then crawled into their tent where my sister hugged me. I of course asked what happened, pretending like I didn't already know half of it from listening to their conversation, and they explained everything. Lexi added the random person back, who then sent her the message mentioned earlier. As I suspected, she sent back an ugly group
Dang,
shot
that
with her
too
friends.
looks like.
The person then sent back a picture in response.
Ooh.
It was a selfie picture of what they described as an old creepy dude, smiling at the camera, standing right in front of their tent.
No,
It
go
gave me
away.
chills right down to
Go
the
away,
bone
Barbara.
listening to
I
their
have to play
story.
with this.
I was freaked out myself. They all wanted me to sleep in the tent with them that night, so I did.
That would be sort of weird
The next
for
morning,
me.
we cut the trip short and went straight for the car. What could have been a great weekend memory with my sister turned into the biggest nightmare of both of our lives.
Good, it needs to be a worst nightmare of your lives. That's a freaking scary story.
just
story
recently got
to.
into the whole Snapchat thing. My friends urged me to get it since everyone else my age has one. I got into the groove of it pretty quickly, and within a week my score was already 1,000. One day while shopping, I took a picture of a pair of shoes that I knew one of my friends really liked and sent it to her on Snapchat. She opened it after a few minutes, but didn't reply back. I sent her a chat asking, "What do you think?" She opened this one much quicker, but didn't reply. I put on a sad face and took a selfie, captioned the picture, "What's up, why aren't you answering?" and sent it. She opened it immediately, this time replying in the chat, "Where are you?" I responded saying, "Home." Her Bitmoji was appearing in the chat, indicating she had the chat box opened. She replied saying, "Where is home?" I said, "What do you mean?" Then she said, "What is your address?" It
No!
was at that moment I knew something was up.
Don't tell her your address.
I closed the chat box and drove over to my
That's
friend's house.
stupid.
Apparently she had lost her phone the previous day. She explained everything to me. I left after talking for a few minutes to go home. I pulled up to my house, and becoming a bit paranoid now,
Do you
just looked
see
around
that
to make sure I
freaking
wasn't
screen?
followed
I
or
said
anything.
freak in.
Both of my parents were out of town, and my brother was
I
out of
always have to
state,
repeat it.
so I was home alone for the night. That night when I was laying in bed checking my Insta and Snap before going to sleep, I remembered I could just check where my friend's Bitmoji was on the map to track the thief. So I opened up the Snap map. Her Bitmoji was right on top of mine, on top of my house. I dove to turn off my lamp and shut the blind. The fear made me paranoid. I started to question whether I locked the front door or even the back door. But that didn't matter, because when I heard sounds coming from downstairs, below my room, I knew someone was in the house.
No!
I tiptoed to my bedroom door to lock it, then called the police.
Okay, good.
The operator asked me to stay on the line with them until
You
the
good,
police arrived.
Barbara?
When they
The police
arrived, it
get
turned
there
out
too
nobody
late.
was in the house. It was just my paranoia playing tricks on me. We found my friend's phone in the backyard, hidden under a bush, screen still on with the battery in the 60% range, meaning he couldn't have been gone for too long. The next day, I returned the phone to my friend, and my parents came home, so I didn't feel scared anymore. I will, however,
Can you
keep
stay
my
safe with
location
your
private on
parents, Barbara?
Snapchat from now on,
Or
and I
Tanya.
recommend you do the
Stay safe,
same.
Tanya. Okay. No.
This happened a week ago. Up until a few days ago, I went to a small, local gym in my now previous New Jersey town called Black Bear Fitness. One day, I had the misfortune of running into some skinny, awkward, yet creepy-looking kid, probably 18 years old. He didn't look like he belonged in a gym at all. I had headphones in and I was doing my set when I heard him saying something to me, but it was muffled by the music.
My light's too bright.
I was already annoyed with this kid, given that he was breaking an unwritten rule of the gym. Don't try to talk to somebody when they're doing their sets. I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask if he needed something. Then he started acting like I looked familiar, but right away I knew this kid was just trying some pathetic attempt at making friends. I assured him I didn't, but the kid wouldn't stop talking to me. I'll skip most of the conversation, but eventually he actually asked me for my Instagram and Snapchat, weirdly enough, and for whatever reason I gave them to him.
Charlie!
Instead of just saying something like, "Buddy, I'm trying to work out,"
My
or
door is
"I don't have
open.
social media." After I gave him my Snapchat and Instagram, however, I did kind of urge him to let me
If
resume
you're
my
barking
workout.
at ghosts,
He finally
stop
seemed to get the
it.
message and walked away. Not without saying bye like 3 times, though. That night, I got a snap on my phone saying, "From Sean." I immediately sighed and said, "Oh no." Just wondering why the hell the kid would snap me. I opened the snap, and the kid was in a creepy, weird pose, face way too close to the camera, with his head resting in his hand and a half smile on his face. The text over the picture was "Hey" with 2 Y's. I muttered the words, "What the fuck?" For the record, I'm a guy, which made this even more weird. My thought process was, I've had enough of this loser already. I'm gonna remove him and make it clear I don't want to talk if I see him at the gym again.
And even more.
And so I did. I removed him minutes after he sent that snap. I'm sure not even a minute later, again, a message popped up on my phone saying Snapchat from Sean. I waited a few minutes before opening it. This one was even creepier. Now the kid was sitting up on his bed, no smile, more of a surprised, angry expression. The text over the image said, "Why did you remove me?" Now I went as far as to block him, meaning he couldn't snap me anymore. And that was that. I threw my phone on the desk and sighed out of relief.
Bro, why would you
Half
do
an hour
that?
later, my phone goes off, saying Sean added you as a friend, and then Snapchat from Sean. He actually made a new account. I opened the snap and felt my heart drop. It was a picture of my front lawn. The text over it, "Answer me, bitch." The first thing I could think of was, how did he find my address? Then I realized, Snapchat made that new map feature that lets you see where your friends are.
No!
Somehow I had the balls to open the window to see outside. It was clear out there. I shut the window and the blinds and started considering calling 911.
Okay, that's good. Are you safe, Barbara? Tommy?
It was the sound of taps on the window.
Barbara.
I took a deep breath, and with one swift motion, I pulled up the blind and the window at the same time and pulled the kid into my room by his neck. I punched him in the face a few times before he was out cold. Now I called 911. By the time they arrived, he was awake, cursing me out, promising he'd be back and kill me. The cops heard it all. I didn't even have to make a case. The kid was an idiot. Luckily, the timing of this worked out well because I just moved a couple days ago out of state. Only thing that worries me, I don't want to have to make a new Snapchat account, but anytime somebody new adds me on the app, I'll never know if it's secretly that Sean kid again.
I don't like that music. Okay. The smiling man attacks me. Let's see. Okay. 4 short, scary story animations. Let's watch this one. This doesn't look very scary. Okay, let's read. Okay, let's read. Is this a reading story? I don't like reading. Okay.
A few years back, when I still lived with my parents, I used to stay in the room right next to my younger sisters. Sometimes while I was asleep, I would be awoken by the sound of someone coming into my room. When I would open my eyes, I would see my 4-year-old sister just staring at me in silence.
Bro!
After realizing it's only her, I would calm myself down and lead her back to her bed. I wasn't the only family member this happened to, and in the morning my sister would never remember it happened. Most of the time we would find her by the stairs on her way to the bathroom.
What?
My parents worried about her falling down, so they put a child gate in front of the stairs. On one occasion, I remember seeing her standing in front of the gate, and as I approached her, she slowly pointed down the stairs. Being slightly creeped out, I just gently led her back to her room. It wasn't until summer came, and I would stay up later, that I would sometimes hear
Does
her
anybody
talking to
feel
herself in the
creepy?
early hours of the morning. I used to think it was a little funny, but on a few occasions,
Whoa, yeah, that story is funny. When there's nobody in the room, dang, that is sore a knee slapper. That's sore hilarious. Yeah, there's like a ghost in there talking to her, making her giggle. That ain't funny. I would get on my bed, but that person just let me tap on my tablet or whatever he's on. I'm on my phone because I can't record on my tablet. So my tablet's cracked and it won't let me do stuff like this on that. So he's just typing, like, yeah. And then he starts, yeah, that sure is funny. Oh, so cute. How is that cute and funny?
It really sounded like a lower voice would respond. I was too much of a chicken to ever check, so I would just decide it was time for bed and try not to think about it. Luckily, by the time she turned 5, it seemed like she finally grew out of it since
Happy
we never found
birthday
her
to-
walking around the house again. I still wonder why it always seemed like she was trying to get one of us to lead her downstairs.
Bro! Hang on. To lead us down the stairs. Man, I was terrified of going down the stairs when I was younger. I was scarred for life. My brother would go down there to mess around with me. I'd say, no, please don't go down there. No, a monster's going to eat you. And then he would walk down there and be like, ah! Man, that scarred me so much. That creeped me out. That creeped me out. You see my wolfy ears? I'm just kidding, those are my curtains. But that would scar me. Anything getting off the bed, I could not. Like, my legs had to be on the bed. My arm can't be off the bed. Cause you know something going under that bed gonna snatch you. Your body gonna go along and you're gonna be gone. You know it.
Eva always lied. It was obvious from the very beginning that she was a compulsive liar.
Why are you gonna call her a
She would spin
compulsive
some
liar?
off-kilter stories when she had the chance to. It wasn't out of any malicious intent, but rather, she simply couldn't resist telling a lie. Her lies were surreal and often just too ridiculous for others to take seriously.
Why are you gonna
It didn't
consume
help
her?
that she was very young,
Why are you
at
gonna
an age where we
console her
dismiss
lies?
claims as being products of imagination. Only 4 years old.
She's
Because of these
4!
factors, we didn't believe a word that she said to anyone. We didn't believe her when she said that her baby sister turned into a cat at night and purred at her.
Yeah.
We
I
didn't
think
believe
a
her
cat
when
would
she
do
said that the
that.
science teacher was secretly an alien robot.
Now that is
And when she
imagination.
said that
Let
her
her
best friend
imagine
wanted her to come
stuff.
play with her underneath her bed,
Bro!
once again brushed it off.
Under
Really should have
the
taken
bed!
it seriously. But by the time that we found her bed empty that one morning, it was already too late. I moved into an old farmhouse in October 2000.
See, this is why. You are supposed to listen to your sister. When they say their baby sister turning into a cat at night, was it the cat? Was it the friend under the bed? Was it the robot science teacher person, whatever? I don't get it. That is creepy. Well, that is all for today, guys. If you had a great day, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe and smack that bell button so you can get all notifications. And click that thumbs up button. And if you don't like this video, click the thumbs up button. And if you do like it, click the thumbs up button. Bye, guys. Don't forget to let me know if this scarred you. This was so creepy. Bye, guys. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. Bye. I have to turn this off.